Raf. I'm a co-founder of Dreux Coffee Roasters based in Sydney, Australia. We are a small boutique coffee roaster established just over a year ago. We're fortunate enough to have already a significant network of cafes and espresso bars proudly serving our coffee and our product, including our own espresso bar in Sydney CBD. We've been in the industry for each and every one of us for way over sort of 20 years now. So I guess you can say we do have some sort of experience.
So what's the name of a Dreux means? It's French, right?
Dreux, yes, it does have a French sound to it, and it is French. So the story, it's a 13th century shepherd who through his lifetime became ill to the point that he sort of locked himself out for the last 15 to 20 years of his lifetime away and spent the life just trying to help everyone around. I like the story itself. I like the fact that he's been helping people. I think what we do, we help people get a smile on their face by serving them the coffee. I think we're helping the industry get better at what they do. So the whole helping part of it really resonates with me. At the same time, being the saint patron of coffee and coffee brewers, which is something that I really like. Shepherd is someone who leads, who sort of make sure that things are happening the proper way, the right way. And again, that's something that resonates with us. That's our aspirations, became the leader in the industry. We've got, plans, or big plans, as you would say, of doing that. And that's why our house blend itself is named the Shepherd. It's something that we take, proud of.
So Ralph, as you said, you have 20 years experience in these industries.
Yes.
We've been talking about specialty coffee industry, this concept for a while. What's actually the term of specialty means to you?
Yeah, it's a really good question, I guess. That's a question that's been bothering, I guess, not just myself, but a lot of people involved in the industry. I think it's all about the product itself and what it stands for, what it comes from, as well as the care and love. So what we try to do is try to establish a coffee roaster that would simplify coffee and coffee offering and made it a product that is understood by many, not necessarily just baristas or people that are directly involved in the coffee industry, but the customers that drink that product every day, that love that product, that look for the product.
So how would you describe the relationship between the cafe and the customers?
It's pretty important, I guess. We wouldn't be here as a business operator or cafe if it wasn't for our customers. I guess there's a two-way street. We're here for them, but they also here for us. To be good at what we do, we need to make sure that the simple three ingredients of any business are met and delivered on, which, quality of service, quality of your food and beverage as a separate sort of entities. If we got those covered, then we should have customers in place, which is not necessarily the case when the market is saturated as it is currently in Australia. I believe in the good old-fashioned customer service. I believe that's really what drives businesses.
What kind of old-fashioned,
Just remember their names, greeting them, making sure that, having the right relationship, not with your customers, but with your staff as a business owner. It's as important as anything else, really.
Right, well, this morning when I was sitting on the train, I was watching the James Hartman's subscription, and the topic is about the common mistakes in my experience in the coffee business.
Yeah.
So what do you think are the common mistakes that might happen in the coffee business?
We're in a business of relationships. It's the relationship between the coffee drinker walking into the same and every store every morning getting a coffee. It's relationship between the coffee supplier and the cafe owner. It's often mistaken for business, which I guess it is. It needs to be. We all need to sort of, live out of what we do and be able to survive and have fun at it. But at the end of the day, it's all about relationships, and they often being forgotten. They often being put on sort of second or third place because the first thing to do is we got to do business. We got to charge each other. We got to make money. Money is very important. Again, however, I think the main thing in any business, particularly coffee business, in hospitality industry, is the relationship. It's what keeps them keep coming back to you. How do you make them feel, and what you can add to either their business or their life. Unfortunately, sometimes the industry becomes very transactional. This is what really can work against you. being transactional. We need to concentrate more on conversations. We need to be more open about things we do, communicate better.
Australian specialty market, I think, is to be defined as a quite developed, like specialty coffee market. But do you agree with that? Do you thinking we are mature enough, or there's still something going that we can improve?
Look, there's always room for improvement. By a long shot, I guess. We are very developed. Australia's got one of the best, if not the best baristas. They absolutely enjoy making coffee day by day. There's a lot of good products anywhere you look. There's a lot of good baristas anywhere you look. But we're talking the volume of coffee or cups of coffee or coffee roasted in Australia is definitely higher than per capita than any other country. The amount of care, knowledge and passion for that product, again, I'm not saying that doesn't exist in any other place in the world, but it's pretty outstanding. We do volume, which I can't see or find any other place in the world, and we do volume well. We do volume well, and we actually thrive doing that, and that's the really cool thing about it.
What do you think the recent years like specialty coffee industry is blooming in China?
I guess the first stage of them experiencing coffee through the Starbucks and the Costa of some sorts, and the first couple of stores in Shanghai with Seesaw and all those companies that are, I believe, doing quite well right now. So yes, I do believe that it's a fast-growing market. It's probably going to be the biggest market at some point in time. Passionate people behind the coffee scene in China, definitely doing good trade shows too, which allows people to look into and learn a little bit more.
Part of education.
Yeah, that's the education piece that really works particularly for me and for us as a business.
All right, lucky last question.
Wow, it's been a blast.
Any suggestions that you give to those freshmen or people who's really passionate about this industry and trying to open their own? Do you have any suggestions to them?
Go for it. I love what I do. I've been told many times that I'm crazy doing it again, and God, what are you doing to yourself? I think if you believe in something, if you believe in yourself, I think it needs to start with believing in yourself. And if you prepare to give not 100 or 110%, you prepare to give 120%, then you should go for it, absolutely. It's not easy, but determination helps. As I said at the very beginning, the people that are working with you or right beside you, again, as important as anything else. Good idea, well executed, well put together, and lastly, just have to have a good product that will speak for itself. It's a beautiful, very vibrant industry. Coffee is a very vibrant product. It's the product that makes you happy. Just talking about it, you get goosebumps. But at the same time, it's challenging. It's overcrowded. There's a lot of people that do know coffee. There's a lot of people that love coffee. There's also a lot of people that believe they do know coffee. Confidence, which striving and making sure that you're doing the right thing by yourself, by everyone involved.
Well, thank you for your time today.
Thank you.